Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
Actually get, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't
they
get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't
that
get it.
We
You don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast, and this is Florence. See how you like it?
I don't know. Well, from that laugh, you can tell it's Simi, your resident good vibe connoisseur. How are you guys doing today? Thank you, Jailyn. Thank you. Because Francis was coming from me for my intro, by the way. She doesn't like that. It's just like, because my old intro used to be, hi guys, it's me, it's Simi. Well, I like the new intro. Jailyn, what do you think? Do you prefer that, or is
good.
me?
Like, if you give yourself a title, I'm like, oh, good vibes are gonna be here. Like,
period.
I think you should have one too, Florence.
Thank you, Jailyn. Thank you. Florence has been making fun of my intro. Thank you. You have to claim who you are so that people address you as such. You have to put it into the atmosphere.
Sure.
That's just it.
That's the affirmation right there.
Thank you.
You win today. Next year.
No, I'm doing good though. I'm feeling really good. How are y'all doing?
I'm good.
I'm doing good. This week has been a lot of changes. I've been preparing for Sydney and all of my other friends coming because next week is my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey,
what y'all gonna do?
We're just doing like a weekend together, which will be fun, like games. I really want to like do more activities with my friends. I don't think we did that a lot in college. We always go out, but we go out to eat dinner, or like some lame party or something. So I think just doing more activities and just catching up with everyone. It's gonna be exciting.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. And then this week I also went to the dealership. Okay. And tell me why these people told me my car was worth $500. I said after every single
that is crazy.
That I did in that, like on that car, they told me like my car was worth $500. We had to bargain to get something because I was almost about to cry. I was just like, because my car is salvage title, right? My car was in an accident.
Okay.
I've been there.
So whenever your car is in salvage title, it literally has like no value. Because they can't sell the car legally.
Oh.
So because of that, like they like buy the car for whatever and auction it off. But I'm just like $500. That was a move crazy. People tell me that it was $500. But yeah, it was an interesting week. And then what else happened? Simi, over to you or Jailyn. You want to talk about your week if you want to?
Week. Oh my God, I applied for this job I really wanted and didn't get it. And like the email she sent was so nice too. Like it was the most pleasant interview process I've ever had. It was just disappointing. And like I think I feel like a theme of life, or my ego is seeing it as like just disappointment after disappointment. I do feel like there's like some lessons here somewhere. Like I'm being directed in a place I can't see that, like the outcome, and it is so uncomfortable. Like so this has just been one of those weeks of just feeling discomfort and not knowing what's going on. It's like, what is going on? Like
exactly.
Do you want me to cry every day? That's me to God. Like, do you want me to cry every day?
I feel exactly what you're saying, because that has been happening to me like the past couple of months, like with my exam and life and my car. And I just like, there's sometimes you just want to punch the wall, or just like, you're just like, it goes up and reaches up to this point, and then it's like disappointment. Like, it's sad. But we're going to get through it, and like you said, like, maybe it's us getting redirected to what's actually our lane, you know? But
That's true. What's meant for you will not miss you. That's what I keep telling myself. Because I hate disappointment. Something I struggle with. I hate not getting what I want in this life.
Yes.
Like, I want it, so I must get it. But life is not like that. So you just have to look like it's just not for me. And that's the testimony of my life. Because you know what I mean? When I was applying to college, I applied to 10 schools. I only got accepted to 2. My brother was like, "What did you submit?
Oh my God.
What did you submit?" Because you were rejecting me. I was like, no, like some of the schools that accept that, like even like going to UNC, I didn't get into some other schools. My brother was like, no, that because a lot of my safety schools rejected me. My brother was like, this is crazy.
Dang.
This is like, imagine being rejected by a safety schools.
8 times is a lot.
Exactly, guy. I was shedding tears, hot tears. But I think God just really wanted me to go to UNC, and He was like, no other like. This is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen for you guys. Like, what is meant for you will come. Like, and I'm excited to see how you guys explore your life and go through things.
Me too.
Yeah, but
the week you're going so far. How are you?
My week was. We give God the glory. We thank God, and it's just I think. The past couple of months for me have been very hectic just because of work. So I'm trying to, find little moments to ground myself. Because, again, I've said on this podcast, work-life balance is not real, yes. But you still need to find time for yourself, or else you burn out and you are useless to yourself and to your company or to wherever you work. Like, you would actually just be a useless person. So, and you don't want that. So I'm trying to tell myself, you can't just work. Because right now, if I'm not working, I'm thinking about this podcast. Like, I don't have time for any other thing, which is not good. Like, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying. That's why, you see, I've been telling myself this all week. I haven't done anything about it, though. But that's going to change. Like, next time I'm on this microphone, I'll tell you guys about something new that is not work on the podcast.
Good.
Yeah. Another thing I did this week, though, that's not work related, is I watched Love Is Blind. Honestly, can I say that they need to cancel the show? Respectfully,
I hate the concept. I hate
like
the concept.
It doesn't make
sense.
It's
sick to put people through that.
Exactly.
Oh my God! And it seems like
is Love Blind?
No.
They literally said it. Clay literally said, "Love is not blind." Like he reiterated that at the wedding so many times. Like, no, it's important what you look like. It just feels like a cruel thing to put these people through. And the women seem to be the most invested and let down the easiest.
Yeah,
like, have y'all watched the seasons before?
I watched last year.
Okay. I watched the first season. The first season, honestly, I think was the best. I think was the most genuine, and that says a lot because that season was also a mess. Like,
that's it. Was a mess.
Like that one, like pure couple that would be like, okay, this is cute, but I don't know. I just feel like these people say they want to get married. They come to this show to get married, and there's just like this lack of self-awareness that I feel like people should have before thinking about marriage.
Yeah, 1000%.
Because, for instance, Clay.
Wait, not too much on Clay now, okay? Not too much.
He's very cute. He's very cute.
I think he's a genuine guy going through genuine stuff. Like, he went through a lot. His dad took him to, trips where he was cheating on his mom. That is effed up. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched Love Is Blind, and this is a spoiler, you can,
Yeah, just skip. Just skip.
But anyways, Clay, he went through a lot. But I don't think he needs to be on that show. He needs to be in therapy. Yeah. Like, every 5 seconds, he's telling, what's her name, AD, my dad cheated. It was just, every time he came up on that show, he brought it up. And it's something that, like, really affected him. He shouldn't have put AD through that. Or anyone, for instance. I just feel like a lot of these people come to these shows without self-awareness. Yeah. And it scares me because it scares me to think about what's actually in the dating scene. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. I mean, that's valid though. But I do think people have like, God, this is not me. Women support women. I support AD. I love her, die. But I will say, like, Clay was very consistent in his doubts, in his words. Like, he always made it clear, like, I'm afraid, I'm this and that. AD should have taken that as a sign of this guy is not ready. Let me pack my bag and go. Like, these signs were glaringly obvious, but I think it's just when you love somebody, you make excuse for them, and you're like, oh, I will help. Because she keeps saying, yeah, I'm here, I will support you, I'm here. But like, again, like, you are not, when you marry somebody, yeah, I'm not married though, so this is just my own opinion. But when you come together in marriage, like, you're not supposed to be the solution to the person's problems. That's not who you are. You are not Jesus, Lord, Christ, and Savior. You can't do that. You really can't. You can support them on their journey to wherever they are going, but you are not the antidote that they have been waiting for. But yeah, I think that's something. And another reason why I think this show is stupid is because I think it adds to like this whole thing of marriage being. I generally think that, especially for our generation, like, marriage is so trivialized. Like, people forget how serious marriage. Like, marriage is not a joke. Okay, it's not. It's more than, I'm in love. It's really more than that. Like, you are tying your finances together. You are tying your destiny together. Like, you two of you have become one. It's
like a business partnership.
Exactly. It's not just based off I love you, you love me too. Marriage is serious. Like, and then I don't know, as a society, marriage should not be a goal. It's something that you can have or you cannot have. I think that's another thing. Like, I've made marriage this prize. Like, oh my gosh, I'm married. Okay. What is next? Like, marriage is not a prize, okay? Like, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. But you guys,
think marriage is a gift. I think it's
that's an interesting way of thinking about it.
To be able to find somebody and join your life to them forever, but it's definitely not a joke. It's not. People like, what's that other couple? Is it Chelsea? The one that said that Megan Fox.
That girl is not serious. She needs to go and, like, honestly, before you go on this show, they need to do like a mental health evaluation. Like, there's some people that should not come on this. I
felt bad for her at the same time, but I'm just like, even if you watch the way she was even arguing with Jimmy, is. I just feel like people just need to go to therapy, or just, even if you don't go to therapy, just journal something to kind of know who you are before you bring somebody else into your mess. And you now have a whole world of people that are trying to heal from what another human being caused them.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable.
That's true. Yeah. And I guess something I will say about Chelsea, though, is something that I feel like as women, it is even women's month, so it's even good. Women supporting women is very important. Like, I feel like we always, especially when it comes to men, let us not see ourselves as a competition, like, oh, we're competing for this guy. Because that's what that girl did, and ultimately led to this rubbish that broke her heart. Like, she had a guy that genuinely liked her. She liked him genuinely, but because there's this other pretty girl that also was talking to the other guy, like, you want to be the one that comes on top. What? Like,
it's weird.
You are, Laurie having said, you are the prize. Don't forget that. You are the prize. Okay? Like, don't be doing competition. Life, this is not a competition. Like, women, we need to support each other. We need to rely on each other. Yes, you like the same guy. It's not the end of the world. He might not even pick any of the two of you. You can go and pick a third person that you don't even know who they are. Like, let us uplift each other. Let us love each other. Let us show each other respect. Like, it's never that serious for me. Like, you don't put your own destiny in jeopardy because you want to win Jessica. Okay, so after you win Jessica, what's next? Because Jessica has escaped now. You are crying and making a mess of yourself. Like, come on now. It's not good. It's really not making sense. It's really not.
Yeah. This Love is Blind topic will go forever and ever because
That's
it's
true.
a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna say. Jailyn, do you have any thoughts on it, or have you watched it, the whole thing?
So I watched the season finale of this one because I saw the clip of Clay's parents talking, and I was like, "Wow, this is." I would not expect to see that on TV. But I watched the first season as well.
Okay.
And I remember, I think honestly it worked then because we were in a pandemic, so it was like playing into that idea. But now, to like today, it just felt like, this sucks that like people have to see you go through this. Like even if you end up getting married, it's like it's a silly thing to watch people be like, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna tie my life to you. I'm ready to. And then also, it all seems so like they're like Barbie figures or something. Like Netflix is fully putting this image together. It's like, okay, you'll just take your place when it's your turn. It's weird.
It's kind of weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you can fall in love in 2 weeks? I might. No, not fall in love. Fall in love actually, because they always be like, "Oh, I love you. I love."
It's always based on the most stupid thing. It'll be like, "Oh, I have a dog. Oh, you too. You have a dog. Oh my God, I feel like I love you." How did you like? They always like it's such a, and the way they talk about each other, be like, "Oh my God, I feel like you're the love of my life. I feel like we work through things." Like, is it Jeremy or Jimmy? All of them together. Like, they always be like, "Oh, I feel like this is how I feel. Did you watch up to the point where Clayton said no? If I didn't know that he was going to say no, it didn't look like he will.
At no point.
At no point.
Is my you are the love of my life. All the way she was like talking about AD. I was like, there's no way. It's because I already knew he was going to say no.
I was shocked.
I would have been like, after everything you said to your friends, you're like, oh, I feel feel this, and I feel 100%. I feel like this, and then you went up there to say no.
Yeah.
Even the vows and what he was saying there before, it was just,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why you don't trust what people say. You trust what they do.
That's true.
Facts.
That is insane how they talk about each other, and yet anyways.
Yeah, but maybe he's just not ready for marriage, like he said. 2 things can be true. I love her, and he's just not ready for marriage because he brought up finances that they never really spoke about finances, which is an important part. But
I mean, I understand all of that, but I'm just like, the way people say things and the things they do just doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like people need to be careful what they say, because to me, if he was talking to me like that, I would be in like thinking that you are in 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the way AD felt.
100%.
Yeah. All that just to be like, we're not ready. Why didn't you say that when you were having dinner?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He should have done what the other guy did and called it off before we went to the altar. That's bad because you're embarrassing me. I don't like it.
You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me. You've told everybody that you want to do this. Like, you can at least, even if you were saying I'm unsure leading up to it, that would make more sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Love is not blind. Love has 20/20 vision. It can never be blind. So everybody use your brain, use your sense. Love is 100% not blind. Because I don't know why they keep asking, is love blind? No. We knew since season 1. It's not. It's not blind.
I feel like it's the drama surrounding the show that makes the show very successful. Yeah. I think everyone has agreed that like this is stupid, but I feel like everyone still watches it because of the talk on social media. But
fair enough.
Yeah, but let's get into the topic of the day before we
go
into Love is Blind. I think that's what we came here to talk about. That's what we're here to talk about. So today we're talking about which, by the way, I need to introduce this section. Sorry,
we didn't introduce Jailyn first of all. That's crazy. That is crazy.
We just came right in and got comfortable.
I said, wow.
Okay, Jailyn, do you want
to? Yes. My name is Jailyn, but I like to go by Jay.
Okay.
Jay?
Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. I'm having so much fun already.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, because we love when people are open to share this space with us, because we want to share it with
100%.
So we're going into the section called "If You Don't Get It,
Forget about it." Like, just actually forget it. Like, there's no point. Just forget it.
And today, what we're trying to get or forget about is letting go. We're talking about letting go.
Yes.
And letting go is hard. And at least for me, you know, I have trouble with letting go of people, letting go of habits or things that you've been programmed to think like or think about. For instance, like something I would say that I'm struggling to let go of is my relationship with food. Like thinking about food as something that's supposed to nourish me and make me better at my workouts versus something like calories. Like, I'm literally tired of thinking about, like, oh, how many calories is this? Like, and it comes up everywhere. Oh, the calories. As if that's all there is to food. Right. And it sucks because I started this thing way back in middle school, and I haven't stopped thinking about food as something to enjoy. And that's something I'm trying to break out of with, like, you know, trying to train for a half marathon is to train my body and to train myself to think about food as something that's supposed to help me instead of something that's like, I don't know how to explain it. And we can go to into a different topic about
that's so relatable though. Like, because my relationship to food is like, I see it as just something emotional. Like, I can never, like, just the simple joy of nourishing my body becomes clouded by like emotional eating or not eating because I want to look a certain way, and it just being like disordered.
Yeah.
You know? So that's really relatable.
Yeah. And that's something that, like, we can do a whole topic on that, but that's not the topic of the day that I'm trying to let go of. And yeah, so is there anything you guys are like struggling to let go of, or you've let go in the past and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm currently trying to let go of a couple of addictions, let go of my attachment to like how I think things should work out. Like I was saying earlier, just going through these, like what feels like a series of disappointments, letting go of this idea I have of what my life is going to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those are the major things, and it just colors everything, and like how I want to engage with the world, the faith that I have that things will work out, the joy that I'm experiencing. Like it feels hard to feel joy and to see joy in things when you are focused on like releasing something. Because I just think that's like, it just feels like a negative. Like you are literally taking something away.
That's true.
It just feels negative a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think you have to replace, because you're letting go of something, but you have to replace it with something that's benefiting you. Because if not, I guess you would go back because something is missing. Like there's literally a part of you that is missing. But something I'm letting go of is like Jailyn said, and I'll just echo, is like that control. Like I'm a perfectionist, I'm a control freak. Like I need, like even before I have a conversation with someone, in my mind I've had the conversation in 3 different ways. Like I've planned for every possibility. So I'm not like hit unexpected and I'm like, oh, whoa. Like I love to like it's crazy. And it's not sane. Like that is an insane thing to do, to want to plan out every aspect, every conversation. Like, it's even tiring. Like mentally it's exhausting. You end up overthinking. You're like, oh, what's she gonna say? Or and if I say this and then what did she say? What did she say that? what? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I know it doesn't make sense, but I still do it. Why? Because I'm not okay. So overthinking is, and it's so exhausting. Like, overthinking is, like, sometimes before I'll call Chica with one of our mutual friends here. I think we all know Chica here. And she'll just be like, see me, I just overthinking it. Like, just do it. I'm just like, it's crazy.
I tell that too all the time. Like, yeah. I feel like when you let go of that, like, control of how your life is going to go or anything like that, it just, it feels like there's a void. It just feels you're kind of letting things roll off of you in a certain way. And it just, like, you kind of want to latch onto that thing to kind of make yourself, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to think of an example. For instance, like, when I used to have, like, crushes, right?
Okay.
Let me go into I just feel like whenever I, like, think about them, I just kind of use them as a coping mechanism for, like, maybe a void in my life, which is the fact that, like, at the time, I don't think I have that much of crushing anymore, but at the time, I wanted, like, love or a relationship or something like that, and I'm using that to kind of fill that void and trying to kind of, like, control my life in a way. It's kind of worked in a sense of, like, you're trying to hold on to something to kind of make yourself feel like you're filling up this void. And yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's super relatable.
Yeah, do you feel like there's, like, a root cause to some of the things that you guys have, like, mentioned that you're trying to let go of?
I do. I feel like a part of what I'm trying to let go of, it feels genetic or, like, honestly spiritual, with how connected it makes me feel to previous generations. Like, things I would see in my parents, things I would see in my grandparents, or, like, stories I've heard about my family. Like, it almost feels like we are all fighting the same demons. And I think that's what it is. And, like, we all had, like, some emotional instability, went through hard times in life. And so we try to turn to things to, like, either get more, like, have more control over things that we can't control, or using substances to not feel things. Like, I've seen that in all sides of my family. And so I feel like my response, it maybe that kind of gives me, like, some energy to do something about it, because I want to see what it would be like how would my family's luck change if someone was able to overcome that, you know? But sometimes that also makes it feel impossible, because I'm like, well, they all dealt with it. Like, what makes me different? Or, like, what will I do to break a chain, you know?
That makes sense.
So we were going to ask something.
No, go ahead.
So I was just going to ask, like, what strategies do you feel like helped you to kind of break out of that? Because you're saying it's something that has been going on in your family. Did you have support from them? Or, like, how did you, why were you able to kind of see that this is something that, you know, is harmful to you, and trying to break out of that cycle?
I feel really blessed to be born in this generation, because I feel like it's more common to talk about emotional things 100%. and also address things like mental illness and the fact that you might be born, you might need help with things that you could not do anything to change. And so that feels like a really important thing. And I also came from loving parents who, like, they did not raise me in an environment where, like, I could see something like addiction as, like, an okay thing. And I knew people, thankfully, who, like, dealt with this. So I could see that, oh, this is not something to aspire to. Like, and I'm still finding strategies, honestly, that will keep me, like, it's easy to lose sight of it's easy to lose sight of these challenges. And so I'm like still figuring it out, but I feel like it's greater acceptance. And like I have more people who were willing to call out behavior or like be concerned about me. And I don't think that my parents experienced that or their parents.
Were you like, because some people, you know, when people are calling you out for something, and were you feeling like it's, you know, get away from me, like stop?
Yes.
Were you feeling that, like, hey, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Is that?
I think it feels like for somebody to tell you, like to call out your behavior, especially if you like know or let me use I language. If I know the behavior is harmful, I take it really personal. And it's been times where I have told my friends like I would say in the last 2 years, like I've become addicted to alcohol and now am trying to remain sober from it. And I would tell my friends, like, I have a drinking problem and I really need help, or I just like need somebody else to hold me accountable. But then they would hold me accountable and I would get so mad, like uncontrolled. Like I wouldn't be able to look at them. I'd be like, all right, fine, leave me alone. Don't ever talk to me again. I think it just feels like, honestly, embarrassing. And maybe that's like the immature way to think about it, but it just feels like, oh, you see me. Yeah. And I feel ashamed that I feel unable to make a different choice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has saved my life every time that somebody has been willing to like go against me. And I think the people in my life also know that I am like that. And so like, I'm so grateful for their courage to still say something, because it saved my life, or it's just kept me on track more than I think I could ever explain to them.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Like when you're looking for that accountability, you know, and you will have to be vulnerable. And that, I don't think it's immature for you to say you're embarrassed. Like it's normal. Like it is normal. And like it makes sense because that's a vulnerable moment for you, you know? And like, again, like shout out to your friends for being there, and you know, and also to yourself for going through those motions, because it's not easy. Like it's very easy to be like, hey, you leave me alone, and then like you cut it off completely. Like you don't talk to them because you hate them for, you know, holding you accountable and calling you out on your shit. But you know, for you to be able to go back to them, and like even for you to say you're grateful for them and things like that, that's very important. That's also very powerful. Like, and I want you to give yourself credit for that, because it's not easy. Like it's not easy at all. Like it's very easy for us to, like, you know, hide. Like there's a lot of things in a lot of people's closets that nobody's talking about. Like and nobody wants anybody to know, like, okay, this is what is actually happening to me. But for you to like be able to have that vulnerable moment with your friends and tell them like, hey, this is what I'm going through and I need your help to stay accountable and, you know, to put myself on this path, like, big ups to you for that. Like that's very, you know, powerful.
And I don't even know where it came from. It would feel like God telling me, no, you need to say this right now, because you're not going to want to say it tomorrow. Like tomorrow you're going to have a different story. So just say it right now so that you can get some help.
Yeah. Because it's like, there's also some sort of like stubbornness. Because I feel like I can be stubborn. Like if someone says like, oh, you're acting like I don't like the way you're acting, and I know that I'm acting very stupid right now, but like someone telling me that, I'm just like, then I just kind of retreat, because now I'm trying to like make sense of what you just told me and try to like internalize it, but at the same time I'm feeling, like you said, shame and like, you know, embarrassment from you. Like that vulnerability is kind of uncomfortable, and it's easy to push people away when you're that vulnerable. And vulnerability is very uncomfortable. Like,
very.
It's easy to say like, oh, work on yourself. Oh, you know, go to therapy. But like opening up yourself so that people can like see everything, or like call you out, or etc. It's very shaky. Like your body is going through a lot of things, even physically, and then your mind. And so shout out to you for letting them have that space to kind of hold you accountable. So
But I guess, how do you prioritize like your self-care and like your mental well-being? Because again, like we've said, this is a roller coaster. I guess like it's up and down. Like that's how life is, honestly. But how have you been able to like, maintain that sense of balance?
I feel like I haven't really been given a choice, like, because I'm feeling like things are being taken away from me, so to speak. But I think that's so I can focus. Like, it's very easy for me to find a person or a project or like an idea, like to get behind that's not myself, so that I don't have to focus on myself. And God has just been taking every little thing out one by one. I don't know if y'all ever seen, like, I see a lot of tweets of people being like, I prayed that God would take everything out of my life that I no longer need, and He started taking stuff out. And I literally said that prayer like a year ago, and it's just like one by one. If it's not contributing to me being well, it's being taken away. And so, like, which is, it's hard to go through, but I think it's good. And I think like I'll probably have a different answer for y'all in a few months, like, because I, like, where I'm at currently in life, I feel like I've been basically stripped of everything that I was like relying on to ignore my issues. And maybe that's just what I needed, though. And like, that is a reason to be grateful, because now I'll get to like focus on myself and prioritize myself through like, I really try to stay educated, or I don't know if educated is the word I want to say. I try to take notice of the moments where I, like, everything, like, in my body and in my reality, like, it just feels right. Like, I'm like, oh, that was good. I got no regrets. I don't wish I did anything different. I was myself. And like, I'm trying to document those moments some more and recreate them, because that can help me not lean into old habits. So like, that's one way I'm prioritizing self-care.
That's great. And have you had to let go of any friends through this process? Because like, I imagine like losing friends is easily like, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Like,
it's really like, honestly, it's equal to romantic heartbreak for me.
Yeah, 100%.
A bit worse.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I agree.
I have lost some friends, like, or some friends have like chosen to lose me, so to speak. Like, friends, romantic relationships, business opportunities. Losing friends hits the hardest, though, I think, because that feels like a connection where you put a lot of trust into it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you're not with me because you want to like have sex with me, or like you just enjoy my presence. And so like, for somebody to choose to not be there, or for me, like in moments I have chosen to not be there, it's devastating. Like, it just feels like, wow, what went wrong? Like, how did I get here? I can't believe this.
Exactly. Because friendships are like investments. That's how I see them. Like, you're investing time, you're investing energy, you're investing love, like, you're investing your emotions. And like, when you just lose that, it's just like, where did this go wrong? And like, it's so painful. Like, losing friends, definitely, I think you're right. It's definitely worse than romantic relationship, because if you lose a man, well, if you lose like a potential, like a boyfriend or something like that, let's say a 5-year boyfriend versus a 5-year relationship. Actually, no, let me not say that. I've never had a 5-year boyfriend.
I just feel like for me, just letting go of people is not easy. Even if they're not like wrong for you, even if they're wrong for you, it's just not easy. Especially like if you're the type of person like me that likes to plan and like dream of the future, like you kind of maybe attach yourself to a certain future with that friend or with that romantic partner or something.
Yeah.
That like letting go of that is like letting go of this reality that you want so bad that if it doesn't happen, it feels like your whole world is shaking. But then you just have to sit down and tell yourself, like, you'll be fine. You will be okay. So yeah, like, just even letting go of the idea of a person is hard. Like, I can imagine just letting go of friend or partner.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like, I think also because there's someone else's emotions are involved. It's not just yours. Because, like, I feel like when you're letting go of, like, a bad habit, like, everything is on you. Like, it's your actions, it's your feelings. Like, everything is very you focused. But, like, when you let go of a friendship or a relationship, like, you have someone else's feelings are also in that mix, and like someone else's actions are also in that mix. So like you're like, oh, how do I do this so it doesn't hurt their feelings, or so it doesn't make you look like, oh, I hate them, even if you hate them, but you know you don't want to come off that way. You know, you're just thinking like, oh, how can I do this? Because I mean, not everybody does that because everybody does things differently. But like, there's another person's emotions and feelings and another person's life involved. So it's just like, how do I like? Because people are. There's just people are like, oh, just cut you off, just cut him off, cut. It's not that easy. Let's just keep it a buck. Because if you want to cut somebody off and then they text you, good morning, how are you doing today? You will reply. Is that how they used to cut off? You block on Instagram, but you forget to block on iMessage. Is that how they used to? Let's just keep it a buck. It's not easy. It's not
easy to cut people off. It's true. Not. Like, social media just makes it seem like, oh, just cut them off.
They were like, cut it off.
Cut them off.
They don't tell you what to do when you think about them all day
exactly.
long.
Like, exactly.
There's this one friend that, like, I was thinking about cutting off, and then the other person that was giving me advice was like, yes, just cut him off, block him, do this, like, don't even talk. And I'm just like, and then after I did that, I was fine. And then the next day, I was like, oh, this didn't make sense.
Right.
This didn't make sense because I just did that out of, like, all that emotion, especially when you do it out of, like, so much emotion circulating. You do it in that moment. When you now actually start to, like, navigate life, it starts to feel like, at least for me, I just don't know how to let things go or let
letting people go is hard. Well, you know, it's needed sometimes.
Sometimes you just need to talk to people.
Yeah, I do. I feel like that's always the first step for me. Like, even if I have to have a conversation of like, okay, we're gonna have to let it go. I don't want to walk away from something and feel like I was unclear about what happened. You know.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's what people should be doing. Not just
ghosting. That's true. Ghosting people is not good.
So sorry,
ghosting is very mean. But well, depending on what they do.
Have y'all ghosted somebody before? Because I think it's very mean, and I've ghosted some people before, and I've been ghosted. Like, it's a quick cop out, you know. It's easy to do.
Yeah, I only ghost people unintentionally because I'm very bad with my phone. But I guess that's not ghosting. But I have ghosted one person before, one ever, and I still feel bad today. But, you know, it just wasn't meant to be.
I feel like I tried ghosting someone, and then the next day I was like, this is dumb. This is so stupid. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
So I hope that's not something that I'll do in the future. Unless it's like, I've had like very creepy like situations where I'm like, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm just going to block you.
Yeah.
But like with like people that I've come to know in one way or the other, and you know, it feels like things are good. I ghosting them, that's hard. Yeah, but like people that like, you know, you're acting somehow.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. But I think something I said earlier was like, you know, when you're letting go of stuff, you have to, you know, find something else to fill that void. So for you, Florence, and for you, Jailyn, and for me, like, what are you guys doing to like replace, filling that void.
That was such a good point when you said that too. Like, I'm really thinking about it because I think that's maybe what's all in my progress is that I'm taking things out and not putting something back in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, like that makes so much sense. And maybe that's me trying to like go to meetings with other people who are addicts, like replacing my time, or a lot of things that people our age do involve drinking. So like if I'm going to somebody's house, I'll like bring a sparkling water instead. Like they make these like sparkling waters in bottles that and like low key feels like I'm drinking a beer.
Okay.
And so like I still feel like I'm trying to participate in the action without making it weird or like depriving myself. But for a while, I think I had to just be away from it. Like replacing it wouldn't help me get through the initial part of like acceptance.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
I think for me, this is going to sound very spiritual, and it is. But I feel
that's fine
with my relationship with God and trying to build that connection, because I feel like that brings me peace, that brings me joy, and like that helps me reframe my perspective, especially when I read the Bible. It really helps me gain more perspective on things. And that has really freed me, y'all. Like, I'm not going to lie. It has freed me from a lot of, like, things and a lot of ideas, especially, like, my control freak side, where, like, I want things to be a certain way. Every time I just remind myself that there's, like, someone that is the author of my life, it helps. It helps me. And with the food thing, too, I also feel like it helps me because it just changes, like, the way I think about my body and what it's supposed to do and what it is meant for. So, yeah, feeling that void with my relationship with God has helped me personally and helped me specifically gain perspective. Because I think a lot of the times when you're holding on to something, it feels like you can't do without that thing. It feels like that thing is needed to kind of fulfill you, or, if you are holding on to a dream or something, if it feels like if you don't have that dream, that thing doesn't happen for you in the way that you want it to at the time that you want it to happen. It feels like something is like not going right in your life, or you're not good enough, or you have all these self-doubts and all these negative emotions. So holding on to that thing feels like you can't do without it. But like I feel like when I change my focus and my perspective to God and realizing that there are things that are bigger than me and bigger than my timing and bigger than my need and want and attachment to certain things. So yeah, I feel like perspective change is very, very good in navigating that, because it's also not perfect, because sometimes I'm still going back to this bad habits. That's a topic for another. Life is hard.
No, that's fair. Yeah. I think for me, what am I letting go of? I think for the longest time, I held a grudge against God. I was so angry, and so I'm replacing that by rebuilding my relationship with God from scratch. Because after my brother passed, I couldn't do anything. I was just angry, and I think for me that was, I guess, a kind of weird way for me to hold on to my brother. In that, if God didn't do this, you'd still be here, which makes no sense. But I really didn't. I completely brought God out of my life, and I guess my life I was really empty for a while. So I'm trying to let go of that, and it sounds weird to say, but to forgive God for what happened, but because as long as I was so vexed at him, and sometimes today I look back, I'm like, I can't believe this shit, bro. But just restart. So the way I'm feeling that is like, I think I realized after taking a look back, like, my relationship with God at that time was never based off my own discovery of Him. It was just based off, you were raised in a Christian household. You believe God is real. You've seen the miracles He's done in your life and life of your family, but I didn't have that personal relationship, like deeply personal. So when something as big as losing my brother happened, it was just like, whoa, like after all these things I've done, you just like, no, it's not adding up. So because of that, I went back and was like, this guy is just a scammer, he's not serious, blah blah blah. but but now, I'm trying to let go of that, because it's very hard to be angry at God, because when good things happen, you have to say, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was very contradictory, that anger and that grudge. So I'm trying to let go of it, by I'm starting my relationship with God from scratch. Like, I'm doing like, who are you? Who am I? Like, let's get to know each other. Like, it's a first date. Like, I don't know who you are. Tell me who you are. Like, and for him to also know me, and for me to let him into my heart, because I don't think I ever really did that. So I guess that's what I'm swapping and replacing,
That is so relatable. Like, oh my God, before my dad passed away in the end of 2020, and like 8 months before he died, I was like on this spiritual awakening and like feeling super close, and just feeling like, oh, I can feel the messages. Like, I have trust, I got faith. And then it felt like his death like kickstarted just this like snowball of things going wrong. And so I also was like, I have been feeling upset with God, or just like, you have damned me and I don't know what I did. Like, here I am just trying to listen to you, have a relationship with you, and I keep being put in these awful positions. And like, you're right though, that anger is contradictory to then also go and say like, oh, thank you God for this miracle that I prayed for and manifested. It's like, am I responsible for everything or not? And do you are you gonna have faith in everything or not?
Yeah, exactly.
It's humbling.
Very.
Yeah, I saw this post on Instagram where it was like, God said no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper, but he didn't say that there will be a weapon.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's hard. You have to, learning to let go and let God is hard, but it's something that we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can't control everything. Like, this year has taught me that. Like, the way I planned entering this year, I was like, everything's gonna go so smooth. I'm gonna get everything I want the way I want it, the time that I want it, and things are just going like boop boop boop, left right, and it was just going like the opposite way that I envisioned it.
Same.
And I just had to like tell myself, like, girl, like, God. I think maybe that's what is going on, that he's trying to teach me to let him, deal with things the way that, he will.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dreamer. I like things happening a certain way for me. And if it's not, it just starts to feel like my whole life is gonna crumble. And sometimes it's hard to deal with. And I've started to think about more stuff that I can't control. And that has given me anxiety, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. So there's no point doing that.
True.
There's no point.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Oh, this is a good conversation, you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to go this way.
I didn't. I
didn't expect all these things that we've revealed. Oof! Damn.
What?
I'm just feeling so... I don't know. I just got chills. Yeah, I love this conversation. It's really
good. Me too.
So can you guys share like a moment or like a memory of something that was like pivotal in your journey towards like whether recovery or towards letting go. Like one moment where it was like this thing really, changed things.
That's a tough one. So you have to part of this question, so you have to go first.
Yeah, I can think of one actually.
Okay.
I was seeing somebody and they knew that I had an alcohol addiction, and I was hiding it from them still, like hiding the frequency in which I was like drinking on my own. And there was like a few moments, like back to back, like over just a couple of days, I think, where they had asked me, like, have you been drinking? Like, I feel like I can smell alcohol on your breath. And I lied.
Oh.
And I lied in the moment, and then it would be like a couple hours later, I would be like, in both instances, I was in like, actually I did. And that was just so horrible. And in those moments, like, it felt like it was some demons on my back that, like, kind of like I was speaking of earlier, like, I have no idea why I'm doing this right now. Like, this is a serious problem. Like, not only do I feel unable to manage what I'm doing, but I'm lying to maintain that. And like, I think I definitely have addressed that with that person and tried, like, done what I need to do to hold myself accountable, and like will continue to do so. But I think while it was painful, it was very important for me. That moment is important in my recovery today because it reminds me that like I'm capable of like doing things I don't want to do. So that means I can't just be passive about getting better. I have to be like an active participant, or else things will go wrong, because they have gone wrong before. And so it's like I have to take full responsibility at all times. So yeah, I try to hold on to that memory for that reason.
That makes sense. It's important to be intentional. I think that's one thing I've learned coming into my 20s.
Yeah, you really can't cruise.
You cannot. You can't. Like,
because you will be cruising and then you just fall back to it.
Crash off. Yeah.
You
crash
go
out.
back where you were before, like back to square one, and you just not even realize like how did you get. I think for me, I don't know if I've had like a strong pivotal moment of, I think when I was trying to let go of a person, I would say, and I kind of filled that void with my relationship with God. I think slowly but surely, all those things, even all the other things I was trying to let go of, like, I feel much lighter. Okay. I think when you change your perspective on things and you start trying too hard to kind of say that, oh, without this thing, I'm not gonna, have a fulfilling life, or without this person, I'm not gonna be happy, or whatever. I think when you start to fill that void with something that's better for you, slowly but surely, I just found myself just like, I feel a lot more free with it. I'm not saying like, I don't think I'm 100% over those things, but I can tell you today that like, I feel less attached because I've changed my perspective and I've changed my focus from the things I was trying to hold on to. But that's what I would say. I don't think there was like this one big moment or one big story for me. I think it just like a thing that just kind of happened over time, and it's still happening because, like you said, you can't just be on cruise control. Like, you have to also actively, like, maybe have a sit down with yourself and remind yourself of those things that, like, my new perspective, or going back to the Bible and reminding myself of like this and this and this was said. Like, was that a verse that Clay brought up in Love Is Blind? Proverbs 3.
Trust in the Lord and your whole heart and not for your own understanding. Guys.
So things like that, you just have to, like, whenever you're, going through life, you just have to continue to reroute yourself. If not, you just go somewhere that you don't want to be in. So yeah, I think that was it for me.
Yeah. One moment, Jesus. I don't know. I can't think of
And
any.
you asked the question.
Wait. I can't actually think of. I think I just experienced a lot of loss last year and the year before. So it was just like, I guess me questioning, okay, so if I die today, where am I going? I'll probably go to hell. So that's a very morbid way of thinking about it. But I'm being honest. It's a very strange way, okay? And I acknowledge that. But I think I was just losing so many people. So many people were really just passing. I was just like, what the hell is happening? And then I looked at myself, because when you lose people will be like, oh, they're in a better place, so the clinical, oh, don't worry, it's in God's will, it's in God's plan, all that. Congratulations. But I was like, so if I were actually to drop dead today, I'm not making heaven. Like, I'm just going to keep it frank. I'm going to be honest. There's no way I'm not. So I think that was just like, damn, okay, let's walk towards it. Like, heaven is the ultimate goal. Let's start walking towards it. Because I think, when you already know your mind, like, oh, I want to achieve this, oh, I want to do this, but like, you are not working towards it. It's just there in your mind, like, yeah, like, we shall get there. We shall get there. But you're actually not working towards the goal, So I think that was it for me. Like, just like, this cannot continue. Like, if this world is this just this world and it ends, like, it's going to end. You are going to die one day, unfortunately. So what do you want? It's true, but it's facts. Honestly, I feel like I've been very like, again, maybe because of all the loss, I've just been very like, this life is short. Like, what do I want to do? Let me do it. Like, let me actually do it. Like, who do I want to call? Let me call them. Who's on my mind? Because the person I was, maybe they are busy. Maybe they are this. Maybe they're like, just do it. Like, anything you want to do, actually just do it, because there's still breath in your nose, in your lungs. Just actually do it. I think that's a big lesson I've learned this year, because me and my brother, we used to talk, we used to plan. We did not do this podcast. Do you know how many times I told him, yeah, I want to have a podcast and I want to do this. I started the podcast after he died. So, do you get, like, so anything you want to do, actually just do it. And like, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was like, he sees it as, all these things I'm doing it in their honor, in their memory. And that's a good way of thinking about it. And that's a good drive and a good thing to motivate you, like, to do it in their honor. You're doing it you're dedicating it to them. Like, sure, that is really nice, and that's like very powerful thing to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me now, I'm just like, life is actually too short. Like, if I'm angry, I don't let too many things bother me anymore, because I'm just like, I could drop dead tomorrow. What are people going to say about me? Have I lived a good life? Have I impacted people? What have I done in these 23 years? Because to my last funeral, when people were talking, I was like, this boy did all of this. That is crazy. Like, you realize how short a time you have, but you have to make an impact. Like, it's a big responsibility, but you cannot be a useless person. You cannot be, like, God didn't put you on this planet to be useless. And I'm not saying that you have to be, the next, I don't know, Nelson Mandela that is going to revolutionize the whole world. No, but you can make an impact in people's lives, in little day-to-day stuff you do and things like that. That's how I've been seeing it. It's a bit extreme, and I know it.
Yeah.
But that's what's working for me now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing of, if you have something on your mind that you want to do, just do it. It's like is a big thing, especially like right now. I'm planning like my applications and things like. When I sit down to write or anything, I'll just go film K-drama and I'll watch. for 5 hours, and I'm like, oh, okay, tomorrow. And things like that happen. Like if you want to start something, or like, and I was listening to this podcast, and she said that, and it's a running podcast, and then she was saying that the hardest part of your run is those first mile. Is that first mile? Starting is hard.
Yeah.
Starting something is hard, and people don't acknowledge that. You think that when you start something, you're just going to like be so good at it, or like it's not easy. Every time I've been running for how long? My body is still accumulating to just doing long distance running. Like I'm still feeling cramping. I'm still feeling like my body is still adjusting. And sometimes you just have to start things and start giving yourself time to get better at it. So yeah, the hardest part of the run is the first mile.
That's facts. Yeah.
Wow.
The first and the last.
Interesting. I wonder if I'll ever run. Probably not. But
me neither. More power to you for it, for real.
No, a serious one. Like that's powerful. Yeah. Jailyn, do you have any questions for us? Any additional comments?
Any questions for y'all? Do y'all think that y'all have any addictions? Because honestly, if I've learned anything in this whole process, everybody's is dealing with something that they don't know that they don't have full like control over, and maybe wouldn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Addiction. I think I'm a type of person that gets addicted to people and ideas and dreams. I get addicted to my dreams. It's bad because letting go of them has been, or like not letting go of them, but like timing. Sometimes things aren't coming like the way I want it, the time that I want it to be. So food, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that one time, I mean, oh god, should I do this on this podcast? Did you pull a wrap? The burrito, the wrap, whatever burrito. A2. Finished it.
Wow.
And it was emotional eating.
Yes.
So things like that.
Do y'all know the cosmic brownies? The brownies with the colorful pieces on there?
Yeah.
My grandma would buy, like, they come like 6 in a pack, and each brownie is like 800 calories. And like I used to be able to eat a whole box of them, like when I was little and first like in like emotionally eating. Like things like that, like just trying to eat until you can't feel the feeling. Instead, you just feel like full.
Yeah, emotional eating is a thing. There's something I struggle with as well.
Yeah, I want to do a whole topic on this, and maybe even bring someone that like has like professional knowledge.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's like I need to find the balance, because it's either I starve myself, or like I'm either thinking of, oh, I've eaten too much, let me not eat, or like I'm thinking of just eating and like not thinking about what I'm eating. So I've been working on that. I have a lot of addictions, but I think sometimes it just takes maybe something happening to reveal it to you.
Yeah. Emotional eating is something I struggle with. It's not even just not eating. I used to eat too much. Like, it doesn't matter, like, the time of the day. If I'm hungry, and then if I'm sad, I will eat anything inside. Like, there's some days, like, especially in college, so that, oh, I had such a bad day today, I need to give myself a reward. And then I'll eat like a fucking... Oh, Jesus. It's actually scary. Like, I had to sit myself down and be like, this is not healthy. This doesn't make any sense. Like, you are eating like you're not going to wake up tomorrow and eat food. Like, what is going on? Like, especially like, for example, if I'm fasting, right? This is something I struggled with recently as well. Like, if I'm fasting, and let's say like after the fast, let's say there's a happy hour or something, and then I go for the happy hour. Obviously, happy hour food is like snacks. Like, it's snacks, right? But I'll be like, I'll eat the snacks, but and I'm full, oh, don't get it twisted. I'm actually all right. But when I get home, I'll be like, oh, but I fasted today, so I actually haven't eaten all the food I was supposed to eat.
That's so
you okay?
real.
And then you go and eat. I'm not gonna pack the rice on my plate and sit in front of the TV and be eating like a glutton. Meanwhile, you are not really hungry. It's just I fasted today, so I deserve it. I deserve a meal. I deserve it. Like I deprive myself of meal of breakfast and lunch, so I deserve this big dinner.
The depriving part is also not healthy, which is like there just needs to be a balance, and I need to like read about it, and that's something I plan to do this year, is to be more invested in learning about food in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
And a healthy way means like not eating too little or thinking of depriving yourself or things like that, or using that language around food versus eating too much too. Balance. Everything in life is about balance.
It's about balance. Literally. Oh, when I'm sad, I love ice cream when I'm sad. I don't know why, because ice cream is cold. Because most people like soup or something. But if I'm sad, I literally just want ice cream.
I can't finish a whole Ben and Jerry's this thing.
Oh my god. It's kind of scary. But what else have I struggled? I've struggled with lying. I don't lie as much anymore, but in the past, holy god.
Yeah, me too. Just for no reason sometimes.
Bro. But for me, it's because I never want to hurt people's feelings, right? So I was just like, I was actually just like, and I'm just like, this lie doesn't even make sense. Like, it doesn't add up. Like, my sister one day was like, Simi, just tell the truth. Like, why are you actually lying to them? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're just making yourself feel worse to make them feel better. It's not even that serious at the end of the day. Like, very stupid, useless lies. Like, and I'm just like, so I've been trying to stop. It's like, you're not perfect. And that's why I keep telling myself, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Like, you are not always going to do things right 100% of the time. That's absolutely impossible. So, learning to own up to my mistakes and not cover them with lies. And just, move on in my life.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, feelings?
No, my heart and mind is clear. This was an awesome conversation. This is like, it was much more vulnerable than, well, I guess I expected it to be vulnerable, but I appreciate y'all returning the vulnerability too.
Of course. That's all about.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Jailyn. You guys.
I got one more question for y'all actually.
Okay.
Like I wanna be able to say, like, do you get? Like, how do I say that in the conversation? Like, if I'm talking to my mom, like, when would I say that to her?
That's a good question. I say a lot, but like, because it's part of my lingo. So sometimes if I'm explaining something to someone and I'm like this is like, for example, like, I don't know, this is this and that, and they're like, do you actually get it? Like, when we're saying that, we're actually asking, like, do you get, like, and he's like, but you keep talking, you don't wait for a response. That's it.
Okay.
Like, do you get? Because like, does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I say, does that make sense? A lot.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm gonna say,
do you get? Yeah, just swap it.
Switch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, do you get? And then you keep going. Like, it's not. I don't know if it's a rhetorical.
It is. Yeah.
You're not supposed to answer.
Mm-hmm.
The person is not supposed to be able to answer. You're just talking right now.
Yeah. That was it for us, you guys. I've been Simi, and Jailyn and Florence are here. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube. This whole video will be on YouTube, so everyone subscribe, please.
The whole thing will make it to YouTube, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll try our best. But subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, leave a review, rate everything. We appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, subscribe to our newsletter. We have more stuff coming up soon, I think. Yeah.
Much love, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.